Hello and welcome back. In the previous video we took a look at writing some melodies, creating some ARP sounds and building up a few ambiences in our track. This video is going to focus more on creating some soft pad sounds, we're going to make a bass, and we're also going to look at using vocals in our track. So to give you an idea of the sound we're going to make, I'm just going to audition the track that I made, which was influenced by This Feeling by Oneheart. So without further ado, let's take a look at the track. So we'll begin with the bass, really simple patch, just a Reese type bass. And to make that, you just have two oscillators. So I've got one turned down an octave lower than the other. The lower note I want in mono, so I'm going to leave that as it is. And the one above that, I just add a bit of detune, give that chorusy effect. And the filter is taken down to around here with a low pass 2. And then just add a bit of EQ. So I'm just after the really low frequencies in the bass. So this is actually a preset that Oneheart used himself in the track This Feeling. And it's just a preset called BT, the master himself in Diva.
Здесь основной синт, пресет пак, а по-моему стоковый. Вот local, the master himself. Что тут я, по-моему, атаку подкрутил.
For those of you who download the project, I'm going to convert all the third-party VSTs into native plugins so that you'll still get a very accurate sound when you open it up. So what's going on here is just a couple of sawtooths, same frequency, no detune or anything like that. And then just the filter taken down to around here and loads of sustain, bit of attack, and then also just using the plate reverb that comes with the plugin. And then on that, just used this tape emulation, and that's just adding a bit of saturation, and that's pretty much it. And then again, a bit of the EQ. So before the effects, taking out loads of the low end to make room for the bass. And then this patch here, very similar, just had a chorus on it. And that's just playing a higher melody to the chords. So I'm not going to go too much into detail on how I created the melody, as I already covered that in the last video, but to give you an idea of how I came up with the sound, it's just a very simple sine wave, which I made using Vital. Really short decay, but quite long sustain and release. A little bit of white noise, and then some delay and reverb without the effects. This is a free reverb plugin that Oneheart also used on the track This Feeling.
По обработкам низы вот так вот высокие поднял. Ну и тал реверб, мой любимый.
See, told you. It does look a bit different. I think it's a different version, but it sounds really nice and it's very intuitive, very easy to use. And then just layered the main ARP with this other sound here. And then we've also got a music box style sound. Then finally we got these vocals here.
Getting stoned again.
Oh, every time I use vocal samples, I think they sound terrible. Melodically, it's there, but I just kind of want to take out those lyrics. So I started off by tuning it to the song. So I went up 5 semitones and then decimated the sound. Again, just first using tape emulation, loads of saturation, loads of flutter and wow.
Getting stoned again.
Ooh. And then another tape emulation, I use this to shape the sound a bit. So again, added a bit more distortion, low pass filter, and then just a bit of reverb. And we went for the bedroom preset. Give it a nice wholesome vibe. So this sound here is just a foley recording of a tape machine. And incidentally, I think this is actually the exact sample he used in this feeling. I downloaded it from Splice and it sounds very similar. And I just layered that up with some vinyl crackle. And then on the master chain, I had another tape emulation. This is something that I saw Oneheart doing that in the interview. And I think it's kind of a rogue move because you're affecting everything in the project basically. But it sounds pretty cool. Just to apply one effect to everything. It kind of glues everything together. And there's a bit of distortion on that basically. A load of noise, some mechanical noise. And then flutter and wow, which create more of that lo-fi kind of vibe. And again, a bit of a low pass filter. So if we just audition a bit of the track without the ambiances. So it does add quite a lot of mood to the track, and something worth experimenting with for sure. So once again, if you haven't checked out the other tutorial, make sure you have listened to that. So these two tracks I've created will be on Spotify if you want to give them a listen over there. I'll leave links for them in the description along with the project files. If you're interested in creating more ambient music, I've also got a tutorial here which you can check out, which is in the Sour Brianino. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you soon. Peace.